What could be scarier than a giant troll covered with mushrooms? Well, if one of his mushrooms was a pet with a jagged maw of teeth. And what could be scarier than that? If it also had wings and could fly. Time to paint the Squig Bat. For my 5th miniature of February, I focused on mistakes. I meant to focus on the order in which I painted different elements, but that isn't how I ended up spending my time. I spent my time on mistakes, and really, when I think about it, that is a better way to spend my time. If everything went right the first time, I wouldn't learn much. And I have a lot to learn. It all started off when I went painting that day. I hadn't a care in the world. I slapped some corn red all over the body of that old squig, then went right in for the obvious hard-to-reach maw and painted that blue. Blue. My plan was this. After painting the largest area, I would go to the hardest-to-reach recesses and then work my way out. That way, I wouldn't put some nice paint on the mini and then ruin it with a clumsy brushstroke as I reached past. I still think that is a good plan, but it presupposes one thing, that you know what colors you plan to paint the mini. I have a vision in my head of a horde of squigs, each a denticulously lush rendition of that beauty of a mushroom, the Amanita muscaria. The amanitas that sprout from the ground around my house each autumn are bright red in the center and fade through sunset orange to cheerful yellow at the edge. White shards of mushroom flesh resembling fractured limestone speckle the entire cap, a perfect analog of the teeth and spines of a squig. The problem seems to be that, although squigs are known to be mushrooms, they are not, in fact, shaped like mushrooms. And this one in particular, the Squig Bat, has wings. As a painter, I am not ready to translate the color schemes of the fruiting bodies of fungi into the shapes of fantastic flying monsters. I still spend considerable time trying to make sure I am holding the brush at the right end. This lack of the necessary skill set didn't stop me from trying, only from succeeding. My order of operations became body, back of the mouth, tongue, back of the mouth, tongue, teeth, tongue, spines, body, underwings, body, wings, body, wings, body, wings, body. Somewhere along the way, while trying to paint this luscious gradient on my mini, I decided to cover the whole thing with Jokero orange, a hue named for religiously zealous space monkeys. Then I knew. My squig will be red. Just standard red. I will highlight it, of course, and give it everything I have, which is really the point of this whole exercise, to push forward into my painting skill and try to inch along at the margins. As I painted the red squig, which I totally love because red is my favorite color, and highlighted that awesome face with more Jokero orange, thank you, space monkeys, I realized a more fundamental problem than my inability to emulate poisonous mushroom designs on plastic cave pests. The recesses of this model look flat. The model has beautiful folds of grotesque fungal flesh, but they don't look good because they have no shadows. I have discovered this major weakness in my painting plans. I rely on a dark base coat to act as the deepest shadow. This surely works sometimes, but right now, staring the space ape in the face, I see two problems. 1, the base coat will not always be dark enough. And 2, the shadows will be boring. They won't have contrast. So I quickly and skilllessly slapped some purple on the underside of the model, painted the base, and planned my next skill practice session, how to paint shadows. My final lesson from this Squig Bat extravaganza, paint the spines last. Thank you for watching and listening, and thank you for your valor.